Mm, so we are live again, apparently. Uh, So let's continue. Let's continue. Well, those you can do a specification, but it's not. I don't want to make a similitudes on. It's just the word, the specification. In order to use Plux, you need a web server and its bindings for Plux. There are two options at the moment. So Cowboy, which is Erlang based, I didn't know this. And Bandit, which is Elixir based. So now we know why these guys are using Bandit in their generated code. Probably that's not the reason. I don't know. This guy to explain, and you have your answers. They always imagine I'm charging money for this for people like some paid live session. My plug new plug init options call put res content type send res plug cowboy plug my plug skin uh, HTTP options port 4000. So these guys know their Elixir. Look at this. This is from the process tutorial in Elixir, which review one for one. You can go deep into this. So let's forget about this official documentation. Come back and here, plug live health Phoenix HTTP layer. So remember this. So plugs are very important. Remember, plugs are fun. We interact with plugs at every step. So know your plugs. Remember the plugs and enjoy the plugs because they are at the front and at the center of Phoenix Web Framework. So endpoints, routers, and controllers are all just plugs internally. Why are plugs special? We are yet to see. Is an specification, uh, an abstraction layer. I'm just reading this. You are saying it. I'm not saying saying to you anything different. Just making me feel like, oh my God, this guy is reading. Abstraction layer for connection adapters. Hopefully you understand this phrase for different web servers. So I don't understand this phrase for the time being. So it is an abstraction layer. I do understand that. But then it says connection adapters of different web servers. So that will be Cowboy and Bandit. And Bandit, there are two options. Remember the documentation. Okay, and the basic idea of Plug is to unify the concept of a connection that we operate on. This differs from other HTTP middleware layers such as Rack. This is from Ruby, if I remember correctly. Uh, let's verify that. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh my God. Wait, Rack. Yes, web server interface. At my website has. not written in that language, but I migrate, I've migrated. But now it says it's like rack. Middleware layers such as rack. Okay, plug is to unify the concept of a connection that we operate on. At the simplest level, the plug specification contains two flavors: function plugs and module plugs. Let's do this very quickly because I want to play the guitar and then come back with some Java for you. Okay, let's. There is one view, and there is one person watching. Thank you. Say hi if you find a way to do that in the comments. Great. Oh, it already left. I want this to basic idea of block. The basic idea of block is to unify the concept of a connection that we. I need to be checking this because the other day I was talking for about an hour and there were only 4 minutes in the video. So I need to be here. Like in order to act as a block, a function needs to accept a connection struct as its first argument and connection options as its second one. Return a connection struct. A function needs to accept a connection struct. Like, remember your structs? Well, then you will say, what about this, Caleb? Because if you find this percentage over here, it will be a map. And here it's acting like a tuple. But they say that this is a struct. We are not going to finish if the internet continues like this. Uh, oh my god. Well, learning. Well, guides. Remember, jobs. So you have your map and you have your struct, right? It has to say name of the module, and there should be only one. And you create structs by prepending the percentage and the name of the module and your values. So we are now on the same page. We are accepting a block, a connection struct. Well, it is defined in a module block and connection options at its second one. Return a connection struct. Any function that meets these two criteria will do. Here's an example. Introspect is a function. It is accepting a strong connection. A connection is strong, but only is you can put it's up to the color, you know. And ops, ops. This is the connections arguments. Options, connection. 20 minutes and we are going. We leave if whether we leave in 20 minutes. So you start to see how the thing goes with blocks. You can have function blocks and you can have module blocks. For functions, you accept apply donations, some connection options. Probably you modify some internal things of the connection block, and you return it modified version. Probably you add some information. So the next function in the chain of functions will have this new information. Probably that how pipelines works, which is a future topic. And just start to visualize the idea because it is just about the concept of a connection that we operate on. Once operate on, you are doing things on the connection, right? But if you want to go technical, you can read this. And okay, this is the connection options that we don't use. Pretty simple, right? Let's see this function in action, like adding it to our endpoint. Uh, we can plug it anywhere. So let's do it by inserting plug introspect, yes, right before we delegate the request to the router. We are going to type this. After 1 hour, we get to write code. Hello web endpoint, hello web endpoint. Oh my god. Hello web router. Where is the router? Here it is. I hope you see this right below in the window. They say we can plug it anywhere. So let's do it by inserting plug. Introspect right before we delegate the request to the router. I need to understand that part. Plug introspect. Now look, I don't know if you're seeing this. We have plug method override, plugs, and plug head, and these plugs are defined in the plug module. I don't know if we can click over here like in Java. Yes, we can. We can, and it says this dev module plug head. So head is a module, and let us click here. And now we have what we had. What is Plug? Here is Plug. Behaviors. We didn't read about protocols and just a little skim, so I probably want to go another time. Uh, it has an alias, and you can go deeper and deeper. Oh, this is great. But we have this atom introspect instead of this Plug module, and right before router. So most likely the connection will be modified here by us. In this case, we are just going to print information, and the connection will go to router. For God's sake. Okay, you know how to define functions, and you know def and introspect the parameter, the do block. You know your IO puts with these strings. You're printing information. This is a string interpolation, and you are accessing these properties. So yeah, let's copy paste. If you want to type, go ahead. It is a great idea because that's how you internalize how to define functions in Elixir. Okay, function plugs are plugged by passing the function name as an atom. To try the plug out, go back to your browser and fetch and the shell. Okay, fields, and then you're being sent this. Which look at this, you can read all about it and be a master on plug, the master of plugs, the master of plugs specification. Whatever connection and all of the functionalities. Plug now let's look at the other plug variant, the model plugs. Let's see. You see the web application and you see where is this thing? No, we haven't printed anything. Lines browser. Here we have verb, get, host, localhost. Great. You see, well, we have a warning. But this is related to the probably the iNotify tools. I don't want to install this for the time being. Probably my aversion to install things from the computers that were resource limited and this space. I'm not from the 80s. I was even born at the beginning of the 80s. But still, I have installed a lot of stuff, and I will install this thing. I am open-minded, and I'm always adapting. Like and go with the flow, to the right. Uh, or whatever, like to be, like talk with the people. Okay. So it's having a warning about this. We don't care about this. Now let's go with module blocks in 10 minutes, I suppose. Yes, we need to finish this in 9 minutes. Module blocks are another type of blocks that let us define a connection transformation. Okay, connection transformation. So perhaps you cannot modify the connection in here. You will need to experiment. You will need to devote entire days to these experimentations. And the module only needs to implement two functions, init and call. And you saw that in the where is this thing? Blue? I remember. Come on. And since we are still live, to see this in action, let's write a module plug